You are being lied to 5,000 times a day. Not only do you allow people to lie to you multiple times a day, you let them lie to your children as well. You let people feed your kids false ideas who have no defense against this merciless bombardment of dishonesty. I'm talking about advertisements. Ads force feed people narratives about their life, health, and well being without their consent. And most often than not, people hate hearing advertisements because they interrupt the most joyful parts of our day during our music and beloved television shows. You need to protect yourself from these lies, misleadings, and targetings. Today, I will explain why advertisements are harmful, how to defend yourself, and why you will benefit from separating yourself from as many advertisements as possible. There are a multitude of studies that conclude that advertisements target you when you are most susceptible. There are even targeted ads that seek you out as an individual, and there are very few positive reasons why anyone should want to target a stranger. Quoting Professor Agnes Narin of the University of Bristol in her article, Should Children Ads Be Put on a Diet at Christmas, published December 2017, research agrees that those who feel bad about themselves and who are exposed to advertising are much more likely to rush to purchase. Advertisers have the human brain mapped out to a T, and they use it to sell you stuff. They know exactly how you will react to a certain set of images and sounds, and they use it to exploit you. You may think that glancing up at an ad that did or said something funny is harmless, but if it was harmless, then it wouldn't be aired, because advertisers want to harm you through your pockets. If you think glancing at your phone is enough to distract you from a commercial, then you need to do more. The mute button is your friend. You need to mute all incoming advertisements if you're not already doing so. And then you need to take it one step further and look away, because the flashing lights, pictures, and color schemes affect your mind to your great detriment. According to a study done by USC's College of Letters, Arts, and Sciences, adding a colored border around a Facebook ad can double its click rate. These subtle tricks are used on you to separate you from your hard-earned money. So mute, look away, and try your best to get away from unwanted advertisements. It may sound simple, but you can never do enough to protect yourself and your family. Quoting again Professor Narin of the University of Bristol, it's quite hard to block out ads too, because the really subtle ones that you don't even realize are advertising are the ones that work the best. Advertisers are relentless in their approach, so you need to focus on avoiding them more adamantly, and you'll be a lot healthier mentally and financially. We the people have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But the pursuit of happiness is being infringed upon with certain advertisements. According to Howard J. Rankin, PhD, in his article, The Psychological Dangers of Marketing, published June 26, 2024, advertisements can depict idealized scenarios where the use of a product leads to extreme satisfaction and joy. Psychologically, this can create unrealistic expectations and feelings of inadequacy among consumers. There's no reason to allow the psychological warfare of advertisements to plague your mental well-being. If you take more progressive steps towards defending your peace of mind and shunning all incoming advertisements, you can guard against advertisers and their mind tricks. The positive outcomes of defending yourself against ads are, but not limited to, less unwanted spending and a greater mental well-being. Imagine if all ads were replaced with life tips. What if you was given 5,000 pieces of great advice every day? Now, comparing that with our reality, it seems we're being treated unfairly, and it is shameful to think of what could be possible. If we lived in a world where people only purchased what they needed, it would result in a more financially stable culture overall. Well, the great thing about the advice that I shared here today is that you can take advantage of it immediately by muting the next ad that you come across. Start today and shield your mind and your pockets from advertisers. I told you the dangers of allowing ads to bombard you, the devious ways in which they do so, and how you can take steps to prevent them from affecting your mind. Once you make these defensive measures second nature, your mind will begin to fortify itself as soon as it senses ads. And with your mind taking a stand against advertisers, you will become much harder to defeat in this great game that we call life.